Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, that is Ghost, Avon, and Stringer Bell. Now, why am I talking about all three of these characters? I'm going to tell you why. When it comes down to it, Ghost really, if I had to be honest, he's like both of them merged into one person. This is pretty much something that I talk about a lot. I do see a lot of people compare Ghost to Stringer Bell, but Ghost is a lot like Avon as well. Now, what do I mean by that? For those of you who are Wire fans, you know exactly who Avon and Stringer Bell are. They are definitely the biggest and baddest bosses in the Wire. When it comes down to it, Avon was more about the streets, but Avon was hidden. No one really knew who he was. He came and he went, he did his thing, but one thing about him, he knew the streets, and he was very, very smart. Like, on the real, he kept everything together. Now, when it comes to Stringer Bell was the dude that he was street, but he was in other places. Like, he was trying to talk with other people. He was trying to get more money. He was trying to pretty much do his thing and be like he wanted to be up there with the politicians and everybody like that. But at the same time, he wanted to maintain doing what he was doing. And the reason why was because he saw other people being criminals and they were doing what they wanted. They were literally stealing from people and everything. And so he was like, if they can do that, then I'm gonna do it too, because at the end of the day, they kind of protected by the law. So that's what Stringer was looking at in some degree. And I think really Stringer wanted to go, he wanted to go legitimate. He really wanted to. Now, the reason why I say Ghost is like both of these characters in two, because if you really look at Ghost, one thing we could say is that Ghost is a side of him that's straight up gangster. He's straight up hood and he's very smart. And then there's another side of him that want to go and become no longer have nothing to do with their life. He wants to be a businessman and continue on and let go of the drug life because he knows it's not going to last forever. Now, basically, when you look at it, it's like putting Avon and Stringer together in one person, where you have Ghost, who is this very street person. He's very smart. He's very wise. But at the same time, you have this side to him that want to go on, live his life, don't want nothing to do with the streets. And if he did, try to be legitimate, because he was the one who actually went on to be a politician. He did what Stringer Bell couldn't do, and he crossed over. But at the same time, just like Avon, nobody knew who he was. Nobody knew what he did. No one knew nothing about him. He was very smart. So that's where he pretty much has that, like Avon, and he knows the streets. And then there's that other side that was crossing over, but he did what Stringer Bell couldn't do, and he did cross over. So that's the reason why I say that's the comparison between these three. Ghost was both of them. There's one person, but in a way he was more successful because he was smart enough to know when to leave the streets alone, as when Avon, on the other hand, didn't really want to leave the streets because he didn't see nothing past him. Whereas with Stringer Bell, he wanted to be legitimate, but he just didn't do things like how it should have been done. And so Ghost is just like them, but it's like at the same time, he's a successful version. Like, he successfully, did what Avon didn't do, and then he successfully did what Stringer Bell couldn't do. But that's pretty much what I'm talking about in regards to that. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beast here. I just want to say much love, much respect, hold it down, and one.